We were frozen in awe. The creature looked about 8 feet tall. Sasquatch spotted behind Rygate cabin in Vermont. Patrick writes RMSO. My name is Patrick. I am writing you today about a Bigfoot encounter I had with two of my friends in the summer of 2009 at my buddy's uncle's house in North Rygate, Vermont. It was late one night. My friends and I were spending some time in the office watching videos on the computer. The office was toward the back of the house, and about 15 yards from the office room window were two sheds, one for firewood, other for tools and yard supplies. We had the window cracked open and heard some rustling around in the leaves. My friend Kyle grabbed a flashlight from the kitchen and returned to the office. My friends Mike and Kyle were crowding the window, and I was towards the back. Kyle began scanning the yard for the noise we had heard, thinking we may see a deer, and they simultaneously saw a large animal standing upright next to the shed. It took me a second to see it myself. I budged my way in between them and was shocked. The animal appeared to have one arm reaching toward the top of the firewood shed, which was about 10 feet tall, and the creature looked to be about 8 feet tall itself. We were frozen in awe at the sight of this animal, and Kyle held the flashlight in place for what felt like 2 minutes. The creature at one point turned toward us, and its eyes reflected the light. We decided to immediately back away from the window because it was terrifying. We had the light and monitor off and were crouched by the door whispering to one another about whether it could have been a bear or not. It was still facing the window, and Kyle and Mike facing me. About a minute after backing up from the window, I saw the shadow of a head pass by the window, which is about 7 to 8 feet from the ground. They didn't see it, but I began to freak out and took off through the house into the garage and up the stairs to the loft where we had been staying. From the garage, we turned the front and backyard spotlights on and were awake all night, scared out of our minds. The next day, we were riding our bikes down the dirt road about 5 miles from the house. We stopped to take a break and had just gotten off of our bikes when we heard what sounded like a boulder or a large drop and smash on the ground. Whatever it was close enough that I could feel the ground shake because I was closest to the noise. Immediately after whatever hit the ground, we heard an ear-piercing roar. Flight mode kicked in, and I don't think I ever ridden my bike so fast in my life. The slam and roar sounded extremely close, and it was the middle of the day, but we didn't see anything. A New Hampshire Bigfoot sighting. Mount Washington Sasquatch encounter caught on camera. James writes, Hi RMSO. I have a photograph of what I think could be a juvenile Sasquatch if you're interested. Me and my wife, while hiking up Mount Washington, we thought it was a bear drinking from the stream, and I took a photograph. When it heard us, it ran away on 2 legs. When we saw that, we hauled out of there quick. I've attached the picture. I'm not certain, but it looks like there is something on the shoulder of the Sasquatch too. Possibly a baby? We were in the lower sections of the Ammonoosuc Raven Trail. We were following a stream where there was a concentration of pine and spruce, and that's when we saw the animal, whatever it is. RMSO responds, Hi James. We enlarged the image by 200% and ran it through several light filters. To me, it appears to have its left arm bent across its body with its left hand on its right knee as it's reaching into the water. Not sure if there's anything on the shoulder. Perhaps a very large shoulder and muscular upper back. Does not look like a normal human shape to me. Thanks for sending this to us along with the backstory. There was a Bigfoot encounter around 60 miles west of Mount Washington along the Vermont border several years ago. We were sent a purported Bigfoot video from the woods near Bartlett, New Hampshire. I'll play the video and read the email while I enlarge the video to 200%, then 300%, and give my opinion on the footage. Justin writes RMSO. Hi, my name is Justin and I live in New Hampshire. I have a video of what I believe to be a Bigfoot. The video is not mine, but belongs to a friend of mine who caught the creature while taking her dog out for a walk in the woods behind her house in the Bartlett area. She said while walking her dog, which is a Mastiff mix and a very large dog, he started to act very out of character, as if he was almost afraid and refused to go any further. It was at this point that my friend said she started to smell something foul, almost like a dead and decaying body. That is when she caught a glimpse of something and pulled her phone out and started to record the video. Justin states there is another video of the encounter and is going to see if he can get it to send to us. Was hoping there was more than 9 seconds of video of the subject because there just isn't enough to make an opinion about the purported Bigfoot in the video. We will post additional footage if and when we receive it. Keep on watching. We're gonna keep on squatching.